Hey Collective, I'm Jofia Mind Tarot here with messages from Spirit. I just thought that I should give another read just in case it didn't resonate with anyone, and maybe this particular one may resonate with you. Also, I wanted to test out my streaming through my phone. I'm not able to see anyone if they interact with me if I don't, you know, use my computer and the phone together. So I had to learn off of YouTube how to connect my phone to my computer as the phone as a webcam so I can see. All right. So I learned how to do that. So let's just see what comes out. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm using the Astro dice here. Hopefully the sound is fine. If it's, let me know how it sounds and let's go. Okay, so we're doing the external energy, then what's going on in the inner world of the collective, any messages from the Akashic records, as well as advice from spirit, and any outcome. All right, so let's see what comes out. All right, so we have, this is Virgo, Venus, and then we have the 12th house. So the 12th house deals with the subconscious, things that we are not quite aware of. It could be, yeah, it's the subconscious, the way of thinking, unconscious behavior. It could also deal with secrets, any fears. And we go ahead now and put Venus here, which deals with money and or love, right? So on a mundane level, or not a mundane level, but first thing that comes to mind is there may be fears about how you make money. That could be for someone out there. Maybe what you do for work. Even though Virgo is not the work card, it's more of a daily routine, health, that kind of thing. It's the 6th house. It's also talking about service. So something you do as a routine on a daily basis is subconsciously on your mind, and maybe it has something to do with money. So it could be work with that, because that's something that we do every day. We serve others in some form or the other, and maybe you could be thinking that you're not making enough money or something of that sort. If not, you could be subconsciously worrying about, you know, your health, but maybe money for surgery but what I'm seeing mostly is, what I'm first getting is worries about money. It could be also that you are thinking from time to time about a Virgo that you may be interested in, or they may be thinking about you. It could be romantic because Venus is here, but Venus is also, yeah, Venus is love. So it's any kind of love. That's how I see it. But you may be thinking about a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Yeah, so that's what I get from these three. All right. So let's see what's going on in the inner world of the collective. So I'm taking a few cards. I don't want to take too much, but let's see what Spirit has to say. What's going on in the inner world of the collective Spirit for the mid-month of April 2024? Thank you, Spirit. Hopefully you're hearing me. Okay, the dead end. Okay, so we have the dead end and the forest. So when I think about the forest, I think about like going through. It's like the first thing that comes to mind is seeing for the forest from the trees. You know that expression. Not quite understanding something, not quite clear about a situation. It's not quite confusing, but there seems to be a bit of a fog there, like a slight haze. Um, not really understanding or not quite seeing it clearly. And then we have dead end. So you may be thinking that because you can't see something or understand something clearly, that it's probably over, it's probably done. I saw as this Alethea. I can't quite remember what this card meant. But with this rose here, we have the black rose and the white rose. Maybe you're thinking that there's little hope for a situation, that it's done for. Yeah, that maybe something has ended before it began. So let's look here at the archetype and see what additional information we can get from this. So let's first look at the Althea, since that's the overall energy. Okay. That's almost to the end. Okay, so this says the truth. Yeah, the truth. Maybe you're saying that you won't find the truth and that maybe something needs to come to an end. With forest also, I think about family. So it could be a family situation that you think has, served this purpose. But let's see what the book has to say about, about this the forest. What's the other meaning other than what I'm getting? So the woods, the thicket, the jungle. Yeah. Losing your way. Um, getting lost, Yeah, it's not a straight path, because if you think about moving through the forest, as I said, there's a fog there. There's no one clear path that you can see. It's like going around, moving around, jumping over, stepping, it's like tricky. It's tricky energy. And then we had have the dead end. So it's exactly what I thought. It's just thinking that a situation is over because it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It's like the end of it. This could be a relationship. It could be a job or career. It could be money. Something that you do for work. This could be the same thing. You're worried about something. You're worried about money, and maybe it could be a something that you do for work that is not maybe paying you enough, and you want to actually leave it behind because to you it's not going anywhere. And with this womb here, you probably want to start something new. So this is the truth that you're telling yourself, that you want to start something. Um, Maybe you want to create something of your own, you know, with womb here, because womb is the place or the space of creation. Something that happens usually organically. Um, there's not a whole, well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes there is effort in the womb, but with the womb, you're not quite seeing what is happening under the surface. Because the womb, when you think it's protected, right? You can't really see what's in a womb, like in any womb, animal, any womb. You Something is happening, something is being born, but you can't see it. So the truth of this thing is that you want to create something that's not quite, you can't quite see it. And that's where the forest comes in. Okay. So let's see what it's in the Akashic records for you. Spirit, what is in the Akashic records for the collective for the mid-month of April 2024? Maybe the Akashic records usually has to do with what the soul is supposed to learn, experiences that the soul goes through. One more shuffle. One fell on my lap. Fated meeting fell on my lap. I don't know if you could quite see this. Anyway. All right. What are the messages for the collective? Okay, we have the Queen of Roses in the reverse. Anything else, sir? The Ascent. Anything else? Oh, that's it. Okay. Yep. So we have Birth in the reverse. So I'm seeing this as there's something is not starting. It's not being, maybe it's the same as this dead end, because in your mind there are so many options with diversity here. Or spirit is asking you that there's just not just one way. You have many options available to you, and that you can, there's available for you to explore. It's also saying that maybe the group that you're with, maybe the organization or the company that you're with, because I'm seeing this more of a business read than it is love, but it could be love too. It could be the person in your life you're not seeing it's not going anywhere. They're not part of your soul tribe, right? And with the Five of Scrolls here, you have many other options to consider, you know. And there may be fear that there's no, your future is not bright. You have to stick with one thing or one option. Um, but it's saying that you can explore your options. When I say in terms of romance, doesn't mean that you hop from bed to bed. It's just saying that sometimes people feel like if they move on from someone, that, well, who else will want me, kind of thing. With a job or a career, some people could be like, I'm too old to start over, or you know, what can I do? What other skills do I have? Maybe I have to stick with that one thing. Now, this is like a side message over here with this up in the air in the upright, and the King of Scrolls in the reverse. Um, so for this here, we have the Queen of Roses in the reverse, which is, it's kind of like the Queen of Cups in traditional tarot. And reading this straight off without looking at the books, I can feel that in the guidebook, I can feel that this Queen of Roses, maybe you're dealing with, I don't know, a demanding, because the Queen of Cups in the reverse is more of a demanding energy, like someone or a group of people that kind of drain you. Everything is me, me, me. You feel like whatever you give is never enough. And then I think you have risen above that. You are, yeah, you're over it, pretty much. So with this Seven of Keys here, the ascent, once you reach the top of the mountain, metaphorically, um, you have you have you have how to say this. When a mountain climber climbs a mountain, climbing is the most difficult part. Once you get to the top, it's easy, it's beautiful what you can see from that height. And I think with this ascent, you're seeing these group of people or this person for who they are. Then we have the up in the air. So this again talks about nothing is concrete yet. Everything is a possibility. And with the King of Scrolls, I more see this could mean that someone's lying to you, because when I see the King of Swords, because scrolls is like swords in this deck, it's like someone, lying to you. But I see this more of not quite having the information that you need. I'm seeing this as more of information, because this king here has a scroll in his arm, and he has the information here, but he's in reverse, so he doesn't have the information, right? So everything is up in the air. You're not quite sure what to do, where to go, or if this is a person. No decision has been made yet. Okay. Let's look at the cards and see what else they say that can give additional information. So we'll look at the King of Scrolls in the reverse, and then the Queen of Roses. So, well, let's look at the Queen of Roses since I'm already in here. So the Queen of Roses in the reverse in this deck talks about some disharmony or conflict with a woman in your life. So it could be a woman or a man, doesn't matter, but conflict with someone. And the reverse Queen of Roses can also represent you, or a woman who is stepping out the role of mother or wife. It may be difficult to become pregnant, your children may be going off to college, or romantic separation may be in the cards. So this is a cycle of transformation. Yeah. So it's like reaching the top, kind of getting through the most difficult part of this situation with the Seven of Keys. Um, and I'll look at the Seven of Keys in a second, but let's go to the King of Scrolls. Um, the King of Scrolls in the reversed. Um, yeah, separation again. Indicates a man of learning, communication, or teaching. So maybe this is some of the career that you're in. You could be in teaching or communication. Maybe that's what you do for work. Time to get a broader perspective on things. Yeah, it talks about information. And then the Seven of Keys. Hmm, let's see. Seven of Keys. Roses. Let's see if we can find keys. I think it's towards the end. Yeah. Seven of Keys. Yeah. So this card shows that with great effort and determination, you can apply yourself to your goals for assured success. Yeah. So making an effort after knowing this is over. Maybe you had a difficult situation or difficult period with this person right here, this Queen of Roses, male or female, or even this King of Swords, male or female. You could have this in your chart, or they could. The roses, as I said, are the cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And then the scrolls is like the swords, which is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So let's see what is a possible outcome to the situation. What additional information, Spirit, do you have for the collective? Any additional information, Spirit, for the collective for the mid-month of April 2024? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, here we go. Here two popped out, and I think that might be enough. I don't want too much to come out, then it gets to be too much. So we have flower spirit. I'm seeing this as being more you being not delicate, you being gentle to yourself, loving yourself, caring for yourself. It makes me think of self-care with flower spirit here. As you start over, 10, 1, and 0 is 1. Then we have Sleeping Beauty's Dream and the Art of Seduction. Interesting. Are you the one that's dreaming about a new love? Or someone is dreaming about you? But with this card, the Art of Seduction, it's not, in this deck, it's not a good card. It's more of, how to say this, it's more of somebody who's trying to charm you, get you to do what they want. It's almost like the devil energy. So I could be that this person, this queen, male or female, is thinking about you, maybe thinking of ways to seduce you, or if you had a relationship with this person, maybe they're thinking of the times when you were together. Your intimate time, your intimate moments. With this bird here, it could be that they are trying to communicate with you telepathically. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes, if you suddenly think about a person out of the blue, usually they're thinking about you. So That's what I get out of these two cards. If this is a work situation, this could be you dreaming about, you know, finally getting something that you want. How do I get what I want? How do I, whether you have to charm or what do you have to do to get a particular position or enter into a new career? Sorry about the background noise. Right. So, yeah, so you could be thinking about, how to get out of this. Because if you look at this card as well, there's a lot of, being all tied up. It makes me feel like being all tied up. It's kind of, how do I get out of this? How do I charm myself? Because if you look at these two cards as well, these two look the same. Let's look at Flower Spirit because I want to make sure. This is what I feel about Flower Spirit on an intuitive level. But it talks about, yeah, tenderness, joy, tender and sensitive flower fairy. She listens with all her heart to her friends and provides a soothing caress when their edges get prickly. So it could be that someone is doing this for you, or you could be doing this for yourself, to yourself, being gentle to yourself, as I said before. And just like thinking about life, thinking about what you want, your desires, you know. And then, so what is the advice from Spirit? So we can wrap up. Thank you for your likes. What is the advice from Spirit here for the collective? One more shuffle. All right. What comes out? Anything else? All right. I guess nothing wanted to come out. All right. So I'll just use these two. Um, we have perseverance. I know what I can do. No, sorry. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And that's clear here. Because look at this. This is not a coincidence. In this purple, we talk about the higher mind, right? The third eye. We have here the seven of keys is also purple, right? It's dealing with the higher mind, determination, the ascent. So maybe you have ascended in terms of, maybe a situation is toxic and you have come out of that. You're vibrating higher, right? You're persevering. And you setting your mind to becoming better and better and, and improved you. And then we have abundance. With perseverance comes abundance. I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And I think you know this already. So this is why you should consider your options. Maybe you want to gain your freedom, freedom to choose, freedom to, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness because you're clearly not happy here. So whatever form this abundance takes, um, you know that with perseverance, you can get anything that you desire. Then we have grief, which is understandable because it's evident with, if I can pick up the card, with um, dead end and forest. You obviously think something is over, and it looks like it is. Um, because you, with someone who's coming up as the queen of Cups or the Queen of Roses and the King of Swords. I mean, you know, we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So, yeah. So I think you're coming to terms with what this is and on how you need to move on. Maybe it's just not clear how you're going to do it with up in the air here. Okay. So spirit is saying with perseverance and understand that losing something, you appreciated the past, what you went through, you ascended. Now you're going to persevere to receive your abundance. Okay. So I hope this helped and I hope it resonated, collective. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Take care, collective. Bye.